This video is brought to you with Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your terms. Welcome back to TGTV, and as I discussed at the start, this video was brought to you with Squarespace, and as a lot of you will know, I am big into online businesses, and Squarespace is the place to do just that. Whether or not it's an online business or even a passion project, Squarespace is the place to be. Squarespace got loads of features that not only enable you to build a beautiful website, but one that's super effective for what you need it for as well. So Squarespace actually offers everything you need to offer services and get paid all in one place. From consultations, events, and experiences, you can showcase your offerings with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business. You can get paid on time with professional on-brand invoices and online payments too. And using something really cool called Blueprint AI, you can build your website to be exactly what you want based on very, very clever AI technology. It's designed around exactly what you want and what you need it to be. And there's no point having a great website unless people find it. So SEO tools as well. SEO is a really important thing when you're building a website, so people actually find the good work that you're putting out there. SEO tools, that is actually built in as one of the features with Squarespace as well. If you're taking payments, they help with that. But most importantly, use that link right down there below and you'll get a discount on your first website. The link is also in the pinned comments, but it's really, really important. That link there is specific to you guys and girls. Go and build a website. Let me know what you're building. And as always, I want to hear about it. Speaking of payments then, I paid a fair chunk of money for this garage renovation. So let's go see it. Right, here we go then, no messing around, intro done, let's get into it. Garage, as you can tell, is looking a little bit different to it did before, and we've got my M3 over my shoulder there. You're gonna have to forgive me, not everything is absolutely finished, and if you do see some rubble, some mess, some ladders, some boxes lying around, that is because it's not all completely 100% finished yet, so please don't have a go at me. So we're gonna start at the slightly less glamorous end of this all. We've got a little bit of rubble down there, but we've got the E93 here. You'll notice, ladies and gents, that we've got this kind of cover thing above it. We've got a little kind of gazebo type arrangement, lean-to going on for the time being. We're waiting for the framing to go in. So for the time being, this lives under there, but that just stops pigeons from throwing nonsense onto the car, crapping on it, and doing generally what pigeons do. And I mustn't malign just pigeons, just birds in general have been causing a lot of grief actually for me with this car, so it just means that it's kept in a slightly better state. So there we go. I'd love to tell you where this is from, but if I told you it was all from Temu, you wouldn't believe me, and also I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. But yeah, 80 quid on Temu, go get one. I'm actually not done with it because this is fake plants. I've actually put fake plants on it, and we've got some little solar lights around it on there as well, lovely stuff. But that is the setup in here at the moment. This needs decorating. Obviously at some point the oak framed garage is coming in, and the guys are actually coming in a few weeks, so I'm not sure how long. Look at that out there though, ladies and gents. Look, we've even got like some sort of like floral thing going on. Anyway, as I say, temporary measure. It's actually pretty solid. Might not take off in the wind, but yeah, pretty happy with that. Obviously this is all going to be redecorated as well as part of the oak frame, more permanent thing that's going on. But I've got trickle charging here. You can see outdoor plug socket there, and that goes all the way through under to a C-Tech. They're all on trickle charge, despite the fact they're on outside. Even the Brabus, which we're going to get onto, not the Defender, it doesn't deserve it. Coming over here then, on the C-Tech front, we have just got this installed. The shovel didn't come with it. Obviously, for electric cars, plug-in hybrids, but it's dual-sided. This is the bee's knees from C-Tech. You can tell it's been outside. The birds have had a go on it. They can't do it on my car, so they've done it on this. But absolutely incredible piece of kit. And for those that didn't know, C-Tech do charging. It's predominantly for commercial units, but this is a top-of-the-line charging port. The stats on it are absolutely insane, and it really doesn't get any better at all. So that has just gone in there. We haven't tidied up around here just yet, but that has just gone on. So there's going to be stuff on my Instagram surrounding how this works. And obviously you can put cards on there and whatnot to make sure that people that are only authorised to use it can use it. As I say, a lot of these go in commercial spaces and commercial properties. It's a bit over the top for a property like mine, but I do often have a couple of electric cars at a time. I don't have any at the moment, but that is about to change as of next week, I think. So stay tuned with that, but a very, very cool piece of kit. Big up C-Tech. So over on this side there, and we've got the big boy, we've got the Brabus over here, still there, part in thanks to IntelliPost. We've got the Brabus over here. Not much has changed there, other than the fact that predictably it's on a C-Tech over here. This is actually a really nice fancy C-Tech. I should have just put it on a standard one. This is like a limited edition one they did, but that is on the Brabus at the moment. Been enjoying itself out here. PPF'd, we don't really mind, because on this side we were supposed to have an oak frame here as well. We've got a bit delayed on the production front on that side, so actually at the moment we've got a slightly more official looking lean-to here. Yes, those bars there are supposed to be curved before you tell me it's about to fall down, but actually it does fit very well. Goes in that gap. I'm actually pretty happy with that. And we're gonna have my new Ferrari going in here. So it's gonna be in this space here. But again, we've got trees up there, we've got pigeons and whatnot. This is just to stop any aggression. And over the summer months, I'm actually not too worried. It's nearly 5 meters long, so we're actually okay down here. So we're going to have a Ferrari down here very, very shortly. Again, we've got boxes and whatnot, but this is just a temporary measure. I would say maybe this will be like this a month, maybe 2 months, because I didn't want the Ferrari arriving and then just having to chuck it under a tree and all hell breaking loose. So I'll probably put an outdoor cover on it as well, which I know annoys people, but again, C-Tech charger on that as well. So it'll be all right out here for the time being. The cold weather is done. So yes, that is going to be sorted as well. All the fencing at the back there, it's going to be sorted when the oak frames come in. And the oak frames will be akin to this sort of black finishing up here as well. So it will look like part of the house. But for now, this is the setup. Again, I'm not joking. I did actually get these off Temu. I'm not advertising Temu. I did my spell of that on the affiliate scheme on Temu. I actually made 11 grand out of that in 3 days. So there we go. But yeah, this was, I think it was about 90 quid or 100 quid for this one, but I've screwed it into the wall there just so it can't really go anywhere. It's pretty solid. But anyway, really exciting stuff, guys. So the real bit you want to see, and the bit that's kind of pretty much finished now, is this part. You will remember potentially what this looked like beforehand. As I say, we're not completely finished. We've still got rubble over there. I still need to find space for that, probably in the loft in my other garage, but we're pretty much done now. So first things first then, Unicorn of Oxon. I'll leave their details on the screen. Will and his team have absolutely smashed this for me. They've done the important and tricky bit. I've stuck a load of nonsense to the walls, but they've done the tricky bit, which involves really, really, really heavy duty insulation. I mean, I've done the painting, so you can tell. It's a bit rural and rustic in here, so don't have a go. But everything's been insulated with absolutely incredible insulation. It's all boarded. All the important stuff has been done, and this place is going to be dry and warm, damp proof, warm, condensation proof. It's going to be absolutely amazing. The walls, the whole lot. It's going to be tip top for the winter. I could have plasterboarded. You'll see that it's kind of literally just, I painted the boards. I could have plasterboarded this. I could have made it all like fancy and made it medicinal and made it look like a doctor's surgery. But that's not really my vibe. I don't really see the point in that. You're getting distracted by the things I've stuck to the wall, aren't you? But yeah, that's me justifying what I've done. And obviously the cost for doing something like this and making it a little bit more rustic is a lot less than if you plastered it and did all that kind of jazz. At the end of the day, right, I'm not going to be living in here. I know a lot of people, you know, they like making man caves and sitting around in them or whatever, and Will and the guys can do that, and they said, are you sure you don't want to? But I said, no, I actually quite like it being a little bit kind of rough and ready, so to speak. You'll see this here. I didn't replace any of the doors, so actually these are very, very nice, insulative sort of door cover things for the Arctic weather, I think. These are actually really, really good. Again, off Temu. You can get them in other places, but they're cheaper on Temu. Magnetic there. Just goes across the back of otherwise a pretty rudimental door that kind of doesn't really retain any heat at all. So very good bits of kit. And I've got these above the garage door as well. I mean, it's an absolute mess. Floor then. The floor is key goods. I've got some mats down, and the floor is by a company called Garage Transforms. Fantastic bunch, delivered immediately as soon as I ordered them, and you'll see actually this checkered pattern kind of changes with the light. Really, really nicely done. Very, very easy to fit as well. Pretty much a baboon could fit it. I'm not up to the standards of a baboon, so I got Will and the guys to fit it for me, but really, really nice. And obviously the matting there has got nothing to do with it, but it sets off the flooring really nice. You can do obviously black and white, black and red, whatever. They can put logos on the floor, all the rest of it. But you'll remember the floor under there was absolutely awful. It was just an unfinished concrete floor. floor. That just went over the top. Nothing needed doing. It was actually a very uneven floor as well, and that just clipped in, and you would never know that that floor underneath isn't actually finished. So huge shout out to those guys. Garage Transforms, thank you so much for your prompt service on that. What else have I done here? I've obviously got some mirrors here. I think they're from, I don't know, Wayfair or some nonsense. A load of poo off like Amazon and whatever stuck to the walls. So what we're going to go for on this side, it's getting a bit schmuseum over here, ladies and gents. So what we're going to go for over here is all the plates I've ever had on any of my cars. They're going to go on this side. So I've made a start. I've got a load more coming and a load more in boots of other cars that I need to dig out. But I'm going to have a plate wall, a kind of a shrine, and some pictures of some of my old cars that haven't made it to this point are going to go on that wall. On the back wall here, I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do with that, but we've got some artwork there. And over on this side here, it's getting a little bit more aggressive. Obviously, we've got a Ferrari sign up there. These are a nightmare actually to source, and a Richard Mille one there as well. I'm fully on the Ferrari Lewis hype at the moment. I know this is completely over the top, but with the 250 here and the reflections, I do think it looks really cool. I will leave, so the point at which I'm filming this, there is, I think, one of these on an auction site right now, and potentially one of these on another auction site. They don't come up very often. If they're still live when this video goes out, I will leave links below to those. But these are really, really cool. They're not cheap at all, but I just think, how good does that look? So, so sick. So, so good. I mean, they've been mounted pretty badly by me, but there we go. We've also, up here, never missing the opportunity for an advert, various businesses that I'm involved with, some active, some dormant at the moment. We've got 250 steering wheel on there. Those that see my 250 service video will understand that. My YouTube subscriber plaque thing, 100,000 subscribers, hasn't grown much in the past decade. We've got Anthe hanging out the side of my Testarossa there on the wall, casual. We've got old plates, we've got classic giveaways plate as well, which will be coming back very soon. So there's lots of bits going on. And actually, this picture here, believe it or not, this one here, ignore the wiring, that's getting sorted. That is actually Archie's granddad. Really cool, really, really cool. Apart from the link to Archie, that is actually a really cool picture. Other artifacts wise, we've got Sterling Moss getting in an Aston Martin DBR1. Back in 1959, actually the same year that this car hit the road. And we've also got an original photo I managed to find online and sent to me of a 250 GT Pininfarina Coupe in, I think, what looks like the same colour as mine, in a racing series. I need more information on this. So yeah, if anyone has any more info about this car, and actually I do want some racing spotlights like this, although I think it might annoy people immensely. Also this lamp from the infamous Brabus shopping trip with Anthe recently to IKEA. So garage door down there, and you'll see that I sprayed the back of them really, really badly. But actually what I was saying as well, if you've got insulation up here, then actually because it does get cold, comes down like so, and magnetic in the middle as well, so it all velcros on all sides, and that just means that I can actually hibernate the cars. So in summer that will stay up, but in the winter that will all come down, and it means that the cars are completely hibernated and happy for the winter stretch. But I don't know about you, but I think that's actually really, really cool. I'm really happy with that. I know there's a lot of junk and stuff, and it does need some tidying up, and there are going to be some finishing touches put on there, like tidying up wiring and getting rid of things and putting up some shelving and blah blah, but I think that's sick. So yeah, that is the garage. We've also got a Daytona wall clock up there that needs some batteries. Fantastic, good one, Tom. But yeah, how cool is that? So I will leave the links to these signs if I can still find them, and if they haven't just been snaffled up or I put the video out in time, I'll leave the links to these signs. I haven't found one of these again. I've been preparing for this for months and months and months, so I've been hoarding stuff over the years. That was bought for me by a friend. I think it was about 20 quid. It's not the end of the world actually, this one. Yeah, it's a bit cheapy. It probably looks better on camera than it is. But yeah, I'll try and find some links to one of these as well, if I can find any online, which they pop up occasionally, like when dealers close down or like part shops shut down and stuff. They get rid of their like inventory and sort of shop fittings and whatever. So yes, there we go. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And I will see you all very soon, whether you like it or not. So thank you very much for watching. And stay tuned for, I guess, the final episodes of actually extending the garages out and getting rid of my Temu gazebos. How many 250 owners have Temu gazebos? Answers in the comments. See you later, guys. Bye.